What's up? This is Dave. We're on the show floor at the Maxon booth, Siggraph 2018, with Marti Romances, the co-founder of Territory Studios. And what is your presentation about here at the Maxon booth?
I wanted to talk a little bit more about how to produce some of the graphics that we produce at Territory. You don't need sometimes to be one of these megalords of Cinema 4D. With some very simple, easy steps, you can get to use it as a tool for the designer. Maybe less, my approach was like less from the very technical and 3D artists, heavy lifting scenes, but more from how Cinema 4D can be used as a tool no matter what industry you're at, or no matter what craft you're doing. If you're an illustrator or even if you're a 2D animator, I'm telling you that Cinema 4D can help a lot and so many other things.
And let's talk about render engines a little bit. What render engines do you use on a regular basis?
It's funny because early days, before all of these new render engines that we have now, Octane, Redshift, Arnold, where we were rendering things that we were playing on set, we were achieving very, very intricate looks by rendering without any of those render engines, like lots of different layers from the out-of-the-box software. Some wireframes with the cell render, point clouds with the hair render, Fresnel, inverted Fresnels, X-rays, glass, and combining all of this into the compositing software was very powerful, because also it was allowing us to do changes thanks to object buffers without having to re-render everything else again. Now that we are more into VFX pipelines and a bit of a more heavy renders, we do use Arnold, sometimes Octane, and I know that some of the London guys are now very much into Redshift as well. So it really depends on what the project needs and what the pipeline that we need to adapt is.
So where are you based out of?
So our main office is in London, where we started, and that office now is a 5-story building. It's very much like a very mature studio, full-on visual effects. They've been doing over 400 shots for Pacific Rim. They did lots of Ready Player One shots with ILM. And 2 years ago, as one of the co-founders, I moved to San Francisco to start an office there. And that the office there, in a good day, you'll have capacity to 20, 25 people. So we always say like a mini-me version of London, and we're kind of following the same steps that we did when we were setting up in London.
So tell me a little bit about how the company started.
The company started with David Sheldon Hicks, which is I would say the godfather of Territory Studio and the main founder. Nick, it was Nick, David, and Lee who were joining forces from three different distinct backgrounds. One was more digital, the other one was more managerial. While David was coming from some of these more motion graphics and commercials and film industry. And it was thanks to David and his connection with the Prometheus team that the studio got to get involved with that piece of motion graphics that was needed. And of course, there was an effort of a big team, but that was our opportunity to get in. And since then, the company started to realize that there was a need for some of these films to have a very storytelling and narrative-driven graphics. Most of the times in spaceships and holograms and things, and that's where we started to, after identifying this opportunity, we started specializing in that. From that, we started getting involved in games as well, and then commercials, and you name it. It was then growth happening very exponentially from that point.
So if people want to find you online and check out some of your stuff, where do they need to go?
Territorystudio.com. That's where we post most of our stuff. And we constantly posting, so very, very soon we'll have all the stuff that we did for Avengers Infinity War, so check that out. We have Mile 22, which is another film coming up in a couple of days, so that's also very exciting for us. We did lots of work on that. We are on Behance, we're on Twitter, Territory Studio. I'm sure you can find us everywhere, and we're welcoming all sorts of questions, and people come to us, because maybe they want to know how we do this and that. We are very open, and we really want to give back to the community, because I think it's thanks to guys like you guys, like the guys at Maxon, Nick, at Grayscale, that community, and most of our artists grow up thanks to that. and we want to give as much back as we can. So we're very grateful to be involved with things like this.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you talking to us. We'll come back to you with some more interviews later on. This is the show floor, Siggraph 2018. We're at the Maxon booth, and we'll see you later.